Okay, now let us see invoice payment blocks in detail. Earlier I told you the system will employ payment blocks. I forgot to show you that the payment block that will be employed when we post quantity difference. So let me pull out ME23N, that purchase order, and show you the payment block that is applied for quantity difference. Oh sorry, there will be no payment block applied for quantity difference because it is if there is a difference in the quantity, it's a matter of whether further invoice will arrive or further delivery will arrive. So there's nothing wrong paying the existing invoice, though whatever invoice that is posted with the quantity difference is free to make payments. Let me confirm that for you. Let me go to logistics. Materials management, logistic invoice verification. Okay, this is the purchase order that we created with the quantity difference. So let me take you to the invoice that is posted with the quantity difference. Can you see the difference here? We have received 6 but we have only invoiced 5. So there's one more invoice that we are expecting with the quantity of 1. Okay, here it is. Let me take you to the payments tab. See, it's free for payment, although there is a quantity difference of 5. Okay, there's no payment block applied because it's okay to have a quantity difference between invoice and GR, so it's free to pay this invoice. Okay, that is proven. Now let us see the payment blocks. Where is that? Invoice payment blocks. Okay, how can we remove the invoice payment block? So let me take you to the earlier purchase order, which is this, which has got a payment block. Okay, this invoice has got a payment block. Oh sorry, I should have checked here the payment tab. Let me cancel this. I can check here about the payment. See, there's a block here, invoice verification block. So I want to teach you how to remove this payment block so that we can make payment. So what the financial accountant will do is that they will run this report here to see all the payment blocks. Here, this one, release blocked invoices, is under further processing under logistic invoice verification, material management. Run this and you can filter by vendors as well and run it. Choose release manually first. Choose what type of blocks that you want to check. Block due to variances, manual payment block. This one is not normally used. Stochastic block is not normally used, so you can ignore this. Okay. Manual payment block is the payment block that you set manually in the document header. Okay, we're going to select block due to variances and we're going to choose release manually because I don't want to choose release automatically. Okay, let us check now. Alright, you can see the blocked invoice here, which is 652, which corresponds to our MM invoice 652 here, yeah, which is blocked for invoice variance differences. Right, so how can we release this block? Financial accountant will check, they will counter check with the vendor why there is a price variance, and if the price is acceptable to the financial accountant, he will just cancel it, delete blocking. We can just zoom into the invoice details using this button. Okay, let me delete. Sorry, not that option. This is release invoice. You have to choose this. So the document has been released. Difference. Now blocking reason, let me pull up more information. These are the blocking reason. X stands for price. Yes, if there's X, we will know that the reason why the invoice is blocked is because of the price difference. Okay, you must press this change button, the save button. Once you release it, only then the block will be fully released. Okay, one invoice is released. Good. Now let us check the invoice whether the block has been released. I go back to refresh. I click again. Go to payments. Yeah, free for payment. So it is released for payment. That's good. If you want to release automatically, that means you don't want to see the list of blocked invoices and release them one by one. You want to release all. You just choose this and execute. All the invoices which matches this criteria will be released automatically. So it will speed up your work, but it's just that you don't have the control of which invoices to release and so forth. Okay, now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to show you how to release quantity blocks, because earlier I told you that the system will not block for quantity variances, which is only true if the quantity is lower than the GR quantity. Alright, what I mean is that the invoice will not be blocked as long as the quantity invoiced is actually lower than the quantity received. But the invoice will be blocked if the quantity received, quantity invoiced is higher than the quantity received. Let me prove this to you. because earlier I told you this invoice is not blocked, right? See, free from payment. Let me post an invoice where the quantity invoiced is higher than the quantity received. So in this way, let me check. Let me create one more purchase order, ME21N. So I'm going to copy it. Let me copy purchase order. Alright. Adopted. Now it is copied. Okay, copied, save it. 10 units. I'm going to receive maybe 7. Okay, it is created. Let us receive some quantity and then try to invoice it. Go to Migo. Okay, press enter. Now go to quantity, receive 3 first, item. Okay, then I'm going to save it. I need to enter a storage location, so enter it WH1. Alright, material document posted. Now, so I'm going to invoice this. When I'm going to invoice, I'm going to enter for quantity so that we can check what the system will do. Okay, I'm going to enter amount 4 and the price will be 200 because $50 each, and I'm going to enter 210 here with the tax of 10%. Oh, 220, sorry, it has to be 220. Okay, 220. Now I simulate. Okay, simulate. Now what I'm going to do is check the message. Quantity invoice greater than good receive quantity. So I'm going to post this and see if the payment block has been applied. It says does not exist because the database is not updated yet. You have to wait for some time and press enter. Yeah, it's updated. The database is updated now. Let's go to payment block. See, it is blocked. So my theory is correct. If you try to invoice something greater than what you have received, the system will definitely block. Okay, if you receive only lower than what you received quantity, a lower quantity than what you received, the system will not block it. Alright, so let us go to release block invoice again, then release manually. So we have there's a blocking reason due to quantity. See, it's marked blocked and it says blocked reason is quantity. You can also pull out this here, blocking reason, quantity and price, and check whether the see blocked reason is quantity because of the quantity. So I'm not going to use the manual way of releasing. I'm going to choose this so that I can demonstrate this as well. I'm going to run it. See, blocking reasons deleted in 0 lines. Not sure. I think the release is released. The block is released, sorry. Let me check. Okay, go back. Go to the purchase order ME23N, which is 5, right? The last number should be 5. Alright, this is the one. I received one quantity more than the received one. Well, let me check the payment block. Oh, it is not released yet. Yeah, because just now it said that release automatically is not working. I don't know why. Let me check. Blocking reasons. Why is it not automatically released? Controls the automatic price quantity. That's not the releases. Besides, yes. Blocking reason M. Okay, it works only for blocking reason M. Let me just check this. That is strange. As I can see here, if there is a quantity reason, the system should enter M, but in this case the system has entered the R. Let me just check the follow-up documents. Okay, I go here and the payment block is R, so the automatic releasing does not work. Let's do the manual releasing. Okay, I'm going to select this, I'm going to release this, and I'm going to save. Once T is released, okay, now let me check if it has been released. Yeah, there are no blocked invoices that match your selection, so it should be released here. Let me go back. I'm selecting this. I go to payment block, free for payment. Okay, now it is free for payment. So the automatic release does not work. It could be because of a bug. We need to update the system with the latest patch maybe. Otherwise, check in your own system. If this works, and well and good. If it doesn't, just use the manual way. Okay, now okay, so all the invoices have been released. So for release invoices, you can make the payment without any problem. Let me just show you one. I'm going to make the payment for this. I go to accounting, accounts payable, document entry, sorry, not here, document entry, outgoing pay post. Okay, just choose the date, just choose cash in bank, and the amount is 220, and the account is 40001. Process payments. See, the payment has been released, right? Payment block has been released. You can also see from here it's free for payment. So which is the document number? Not this document number, this is MM invoice. You will go look for the accounting document number, which is this 0007. Over here we try to activate it. Okay, it can be activated. If it's blocked, the system will say that this cannot be activated because of the payment block, so you can make the payment. So I'm not going to make the payment. Let's cut it short. Hopefully you can make the payment. Now that's the end of this topic, how to deal with the payment blocks, how to release them. Okay, there's one more thing I need to let you know. The fact whether an invoice can be blocked or not due to differences can be further configured here. Materials management, logistic invoice verification, invoice block, determine payment block. This is where we determine all the payment blocks. It's just a simple screen where you can specify the payment blocks. You can see the R is here, invoice verification, and this is a set tolerance limits. This is where we can specify the tolerance limit by the company code. Okay, if you for whatever reason you don't want to actually configure quantity variance blocking, quantity variance based blocking, so just look for this exceed amount quantity variance. These are predefined keys. These tolerance keys are predefined. Okay, just double click this. You can go for new entry as well. The tolerance keys are predefined. You can just choose what tolerance you want to set. I'm not going to set a new one. I'm just going to use the existing one, which is the quantity variance. Just double click DQ, which is DQ. You see this limit here. So this is where you have to configure whether to block or not if there is a quantity variance. See, when the lower limit means is that if the GR quantity, invoice quantity, is lower than the GR quantity, then this setting will be checked. That's what we call lower limit. So if the invoice quantity is lower than the GR limit, nothing is to be done. That's why there's no check here. Okay. However, if the invoice quantity is higher than the GR quantity, and these settings will be checked, and for this this radio button has been checked, which means that we have to actually block the invoice if the invoice quantity is higher than the GR quantity. And the value here is that you can specify a value here. If the difference is only about 2 units or 3 units, then we don't block the invoice. Only if it's higher than this value, only if the difference is 4 or 5 or greater than 3, then only we block the invoice. So you can use this value for that. Let me show you. F1. Okay, this is what is specified here. If you specify 5 in the lower limit here, okay, check limit and set the value 5. As long as the invoice difference is 5 units, then no block, invoice variance block will be applied. Only if the difference is more than 5 units, the invoice will be blocked. That's the purpose of this value here. You can also specify a percentage based tolerance. So using this, you can actually determine whether the invoice should be blocked for any quantity difference. and for price difference you have to use this for the some company code. Double click this. What is set here is that as long as the difference between the invoice and the GR is, if the invoice amount is lower than the GR amount by $10, the system will not block the invoice. Only if it's more than $10, let's say it's $20 or $30, the system will block the invoice. However, if the invoice amount is greater than the GR amount, invoice price is greater than the GR price or purchase order price, then a tolerance up to $5 is acceptable, which means that if the difference is only up to $4, then the invoice will not be blocked. Only if the difference is more than $5, the invoice will be blocked. Okay, that's the reason why the $5 has been set here. In our case, the price difference is more than $5. Obviously, I think it's up to $10. That's why the system has blocked it. If you enter a difference of up to $4, let us check it now here. I'm going to post the new purchase order ME21N. I'm going to copy from 87, copy it. Okay, 10 units, save it. And I'm going to receive this. Migo, do Amigo, enter. Now I can do Migo very easily because we have done Amigo so many times, so I think you can remember this by heart. It's good to do it again and again. So this is one of the important advice that we tell the students, that you can learn SAP as deep as possible if you repeat the training videos again and again. So try to repeat the videos again and again, and you can learn as much as possible. So material document has been posted. Let's go and do a Miro now. Miro, I'm going to pull this out. Invoice. Okay, what I'm going to do is that let's do a variance of, we have a price variance of $5 is allowable, right? So it's $50, $10, so I'm going to do $54. Now it is $50, right? Each unit is $50. $50. So if the upper limit, if the invoice is greater by $54, then there will be no block will be applied, because up to $5 the price can vary. That's what is specified here. When I enter 5 here, it means that up to $5 is tolerable. So I'm going to enter 54 and show to you that the invoice will not be blocked. So for 10 times 54 is 540. Let me change this to 540. So I enter the 10% is how much is that? $54. Calculate, enter baseline date, 54, so 594 the total amount. Is that right? So I'm going to simulate this. So that there's a price difference of $4. there's one thing I'm not sure is that whether this tolerance limit will be checked at the price level or the total level. Okay, I think it's at the total level, so I'm wrong. This invoice will still be blocked because okay, so what I need to do, I need to enter 504. okay, this is what it means. So the value that I enter here is at the total value level, it's not by the price. So if I calculate again, so what would be the 10%? Okay, let me simulate, let the system calculate for me. Input tax is 50/40, so I just 54/40, so it should be 54/40. 54/40. Now I simulate. No, something is wrong. Oh no, 5. Yep, this is right. Balance is 0. So now the system will not block it because the variance between GR amount and the invoice amount is only $4, because our GR amount is $500, as you can see in the purchase order. Let me take you to the purchase order, ME23N. Alright, not this one, it's a 500, this is the one. Yeah, the GR amount is 500, but the invoice amount 504, so the variance of $4. According to the setting here, we can tolerate up to $5. So the $4 is well below this $5, the no block will be applied. Let me just confirm this. I'm going to post this and see whether there will be a, let me just check this, 10 quantity, yes. Okay, let me display it. I must give time for the system to update the database. It's updated. Right now we go to payment block, free for payment. See this? So the payment block is not applied because the variance is only $4, which is below the allowable tolerance limit. This is good. We can also specify a percentage based tolerance. Okay, percentage based on the for this, if the tolerance is for below this 5%, then the system will allow the payment, the invoice to be paid. There will be no payment block applied. So the system, if we set both the percentage and the amount check, both will be checked. Okay, the balance must pass both the tolerance limit, only then a payment block will be specified. So you can also set the payment block based on the percentage basis. In this case, the percentage of this is percentage of the difference is calculated by 4 divided by 500, because the variance is $4 and the expected quantity is 500, so the variance is 8%, 0.00008%, which is well below the allowed tolerance limit, so that's why no payment block has been set. Alright, just an additional option for